So violence, gosh, I think it's the center of my life at this point because I do lots of work in prisons, and that's all about violence and the cycle of violence. And typically it's been going on for generations, and that cycle just continues. So people are victims, and those victims go on to become offenders. And the pain is transferred, and the hurt and the devastation and the trauma just keeps continuing. And it takes many forms. Certainly there's the obvious stuff around physical abuse and whoopings, which are very much part of a lot of people's cultures, that it's kind of the very definition of being a good parent is to whoop the kid and being in control. And I just see the devastation that creates, and I'm on a mission to turn that around. But it's kind of hard being a white middle-class woman because I'm not seen as having a stake or a right to an opinion, and I kind of get that. So I have to just be very humble and very respectful, and wherever possible find a connection that this is all part of a learning journey that I'm on too. And I work with people who are in a lot of pain, psychological violence, a lot of labeling, name-calling, blaming. And I think my theory about this is that when you can't feel or don't let yourself really go through the process of feeling pain, you just do the easiest thing, which is revenge and vengeance and punishment. And that is just not skillful action. That is only a very instinctual, in the wiring of our DNA response. And I really believe that as human beings, we need to find other ways of responding to violence. It's hard. It's hard because when you feel like you have been a victim of it, you want to fight back. But if you just sit with that pain and really go deep in it, that's where you can find the love and the compassion and the fact that we're all in this together and the kindness. And you don't get there unless you feel your own pain and realize that, wow, that person's pain is just like my pain. Pain is pain. So sometimes I feel like I'm part of some bizarre Orwellian experiment where you deprive a child of their mother and see what happens at the end. And yeah, I do work in a prison, and these experiments were already done actually in the 50s. If you remember from your Psych 101, there was a guy who took rhesus monkeys, separated them from their mother, gave them the choice to have a wire mesh monkey that had food and water, or a cuddly, soft monkey mother, and they went for the monkey mother, the soft, cuddly one, because that's what people need. And so this work was really instrumental in realizing that people need attachment, and if they don't get it at critical points of their life, then they're never going to get it, and you just can't make it up, and they'll be forever deprived. And I'm living that experiment every single day. I see what happens when we do this to people, and it's so sick, and it's so bizarre, and it's not a dream, it's real. So what's really hard is what do we do with people whose crimes are so heinous? Do we write them off? Do we say that there's no redemption? Do we lock them up forever? Like life sentences? Does anyone ever deserve a second chance? I think we do. They do, but we put people in solitary confinement, and we lock them away for their lifetime, and they die in prison, and that's the biggest fear. You talk to any prisoner, and they just don't want to die in prison.